that's how we went from that to this. Blocked. Never thought I'd have my first ever boyfriend blocked, but you know, you can't predict these things. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Hope your week is going well. Hope everything is going fantastic for you. By the title of this video, you guys already know what the fuck is the vibe for tonight. I'm gonna be telling you guys a story about my first ever relationship and how it turned out to be toxic as hell. I have hella evidence to show you guys why I feel this way. Let's just dive right into it. Briefly, I will tell you how we met. Oh, we have to give him a name. Okay, we're gonna call him Hendrix because Future was his fucking idol. Look, ladies, if his favorite accounts on Instagram is Hoodville and DJ Academics, just focus on yourself. How we met was he did not go to my university, his best friend did. And one day, me and my roommate and a friend of ours were looking for an item and nobody had this item on campus. But before giving up on searching for this item, we see Hendrix and his best friend heading into the building. My roommate stops the best friend, sparks up a conversation, and lo and behold, they had the item we so desired, so we all hung out after that. We just sort of met really spontaneously. So if my roommate did not look over and say hey to his best friend, would not have met him. 100% would never have met him. But I digress. After that, we kind of were talking on Instagram, you know, here and there. And then we started seriously talking, I'd say like end of November, early December. Ladies, if you've ever been in a toxic relationship, you will understand the signs, the red flags. If you haven't been in a toxic relationship, let me point out some red flags that you should be wary of. First red flag, he kept pushing to do the dirty with me when I was not ready to. I would want him to come over to my room and we would like, I'd be cool with like kissing and maybe touching and whatever. That was it. I had no real experience at the time. I didn't really want to do any of that stuff just yet. It was the beginning of our relationship. In fact, in my head, I was like, oh, this will happen maybe like 5 or 6 months down the line or something like that. And he would just keep asking me. He would just try to do more always and just begging and asking and just crying. I kept saying no, 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 no. If I had lesser willpower or lesser ability to say no, that could have easily turned into me doing something I wasn't ready for way, way, way earlier than I wanted to. Red flag number 2, showed up 2 hours late to our second date, to be exact. I had planned a date for us in New York to go to Bryant Park and just have a really nice afternoon together. And he kept telling me, assuring me, just get on the bus, like I'll probably be there before you because I'm closer to New York than you. And I was like, okay. And I didn't really travel in New York by myself very often, so the way I went about it was taking a bus to Port Authority. So I'm at Port Authority and he's busy running errands and doing things for his friends, dropping things off or whatever, and then heading over to me. And I waited in that bus terminal for him for 2 hours. 2 hours, like a fucking idiot. And I know you're probably like, why didn't you just leave? Every time I thought about leaving, I was like, what if I leave and he comes and then he wastes all that time coming here? I felt bad for him, even though he made me wait in a bus terminal with hella crazy people inside. There's creepy niggas up in there. And I was waiting for him. And then when I told him all that, he thought it was funny. He was just like, oh, you're just from the burbs, so you just, you know, I used to all that. I'm like, that's not the point. You still left me hanging here. He finally came and I was like, I'm leaving. He was like, no, please just stay. Tell your mom, like, just stay. So I lied to my mom and I said, oh, wait, like, I'm hanging out with my friend Ellie in the city instead. Don't wait up for me, blah, blah, blah. And I ended up just walking around with him through Central Park in New York. He got me McDonald's. His friends were there. And that was our second date. And then I went home by myself. Yeah, that's another red flag, ladies. If he doesn't respect your time, kick him to the curb. Damn, this video is gonna be fucking long because I got so much shit to say and we're still on the early red flags. Major, major, major red flag, ladies. He lied to me about being a virgin for the first month and a half of our relationship. This is what he told me. He said he never did anything with anyone. He's a total virgin. He's a whole virgin. Like, he maybe had like little experiences here and there, but total virgin, didn't do shit. And I believed him. One day we were talking and he was just like, oh, I can make you feel good and all that stuff. And I was like, you're talking so cocky for someone who's never had sex before and stuff. And then like, I think I kept asking him about it and I was just like, wait, so like, are you seriously a virgin though? Like, for real, for real? And then he was like, okay, you want me to be honest? And then I was shocked because I didn't think he was gonna say that. So I was like, yeah. He told me I was his third body then. Who lies about that? And I asked him, I was like, why weren't you just straight up about that? I wouldn't have judged you or anything. And you know what his reasoning was? That is so fucked up that I don't know why I still stayed with him. He said he wanted me to feel more comfortable with him. That's why he lied. He wanted me, someone with no experience, to feel more comfortable around him. So he lied and said that he also had no experience. Do you know how fucked up that is? Like, you're trying to trick me to be like, Jesus. Man. My dumbass. All right, next. Oh, and this ain't all just he say, she say, okay? I got my fucking receipts. See this right here? This is my damn diary. And in my diary, I keep thorough notes of how I feel about everything. We started dating January 1st of 2020. And look at this entry from January 25th, my guy. 25 days after dating, and this is what I'm writing. Dear diary, so me and aren't talking at the moment because he decided to act like a complete dickhead towards me even though I didn't do anything. He's being an insecure little boy. I think he's trying to use me for sex because he's not respecting me at all. I think I made a stupid choice since I was blinded by love. I wish I just listened to my early instincts. All of this stands true. Everything I wrote in that entry was facts. He was just using me for that. He didn't actually love me. He just thought he loved me. He loved the idea of me. Like, he never got to know me for me, because then if he knew me for me, the bullshit that happens later on wouldn't have happened. That just gives you context on how bad we were 25 days into the relationship, okay? The first breakup. So, we broke up a total of 3 times. The third time was the charm. First time we broke up, never wanted to be the girl that breaks up and gets back together repeatedly. I'm the type where if it's done, it's done. Like, if I'm saying we're over, like, I meant it. And that's what I meant when I said to him. First breakup was February 18th, 2020. A month and 18 days. After we got together. And let me tell you what happened. Oh wait, not me. Let me tell you what happened. Dear diary, so me and had a roller coaster of a week last week. We started off great until like Thursday. Thursday through Sunday fucking sucked. He went to a party on Thursday where he was acting real shady because he'd be telling me about shit girls are doing and I'm like, why is he telling me this if it's so insignificant? Like, he'd be like, oh, girls are hitting on me, girls are around here twerking and things. Like, why are you telling me this? If you handled it, you don't need to tell me that. Sounds like you're just trying to get me fucking jealous, like a little bitch. I was also mad because the next day was Valentine's Day and I was going home for the weekend. I told him if he's planning something, he should plan for Thursday instead of Friday, since I was going home Friday. Thursday comes and he goes to a party. So then Friday comes, Valentine's Day. I didn't go home until like 6 p.m. So I was at my college all day Valentine's Day. And he did nothing. He texted me later and admitted it to say how he failed and blah, blah, blah. Come Saturday, I was waiting for him to text me first since he fucked up Valentine's Day. Call me petty, call me immature, but if you're in the wrong, you need to be texting me. You need to be coming towards me, like, to try to make it right. Why am I texting you when you fucked up Valentine's Day? I don't really get it. And I ended up texting him because he didn't text me the entire fucking day. And then when he did text me back, it was an hour later and all he said was sup. And then he FaceTimed me while I was with my friends. I remember this. So me and him are having all this tension. I'm back home, so because I went to go visit my fam, and me and my bestie and my other friend at the time, we were all chilling. So he FaceTimed me. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Like, they're my friends. Like, I don't care if they hear what happens. Not knowing he was gonna be screaming at me on the phone. He and I start having a yelling contest. It literally says, basically me and him got into a screaming match because he was taking his anger out on me from being in traffic. So since he was yelling, I was yelling too, and the combo went nowhere. He then hung up and texted me some mean shit and ended it with, "I'm not seeing you, don't text me." So then I fell asleep early on Saturday. I woke up on Sunday and saw that he posted on his story on his close friends that he wanted me to text him, even though he specifically said not to. And I saw that he called me, but I was asleep, so I didn't answer. So I texted him saying, "If you're able to come to campus tomorrow, I'd like to talk about some things in person. If not, let me know." Mind you, he posted on his story that he wanted me to text him, which first of all is weird. Why are you putting that on your story? Stop putting our business out there. I hate when people take problems to social media. He would actually do this quite often throughout our relationship. Anytime we got in an argument, he'd post things subbing me on either his close friend's Insta story or his Finsta. Unfortunately, these are the only screenshots I was able to get since he is currently blocked on all platforms. And two, you saying you want me to text you, I text you, and then this is what he says: "Just don't text me." To summarize the first breakup, after he texted me that, I was super sad and just posting emo shit on my Finsta. When he saw that I was doing that, that made him want to talk to me all of a sudden. Me being extra made him want to talk to me. Don't do that ever. Never post nothing about a nigga, okay? Never post your feelings ever, all right? Just don't. That made him FaceTime me, and then when we were on FaceTime, I broke up with him on FaceTime. But of course, right when you want to break up with the nigga is when they want to try the fucking most. Because you know what he did? When I broke up with him on that Sunday night, that Monday evening, he came to my school with a bunch of presents and flowers in his car, and he gave them to me to be like a final goodbye and sorry I screwed up Valentine's Day. You still deserve those gifts. I'll leave you alone now. And of course, I was so like, oh my God, he gave me all these things. Why didn't he just do that on Valentine's Day? Why did it take me yelling at him? Why did it take me breaking up with him for him to want to come? How come while we were arguing and I said, "Come tomorrow," he said, "Don't text me"? But then when I break up with him, he comes to the school that day. Like, if he doesn't put the effort until you leave, fucking leave. So that was our first breakup, and I got back together with him like a fool. Quarantine hit, I was back here in my house with the parentals, and they hella strict. So in the beginning, I was not allowed to see anybody. My friends, I could not see him. The only time I would be able to see him is if I would sneak out. And he got irritated with this real quickly. Like, he would start getting mad at me when I wouldn't just leave my house to go hang out with him. Like, he'd get mad. He'd be like, "I feel like I'm dating a child. I feel like I'm dating a little kid. Like, you could literally just leave your house and you're choosing not to." And I'd be like, "I don't want to disrespect my parents." He'd be like, "That's not disrespecting them. You're an adult. You can do what you want." And I was like, I'm not like that, all right? If you get to know me, you're gonna know that, one, I'm very close with my family. We're very tight-knit. If you know me, you know how my parents are. Anybody who's been a friend of mine knows how they are, and they don't ask me for certain shit. They don't ask me to do certain things because they know what the answer's already gonna be. They know how shit works. He never got that, which is a sign that he never truly got to know me, because if he did, he wouldn't have fucking felt this way. He wouldn't have done all that. But he would literally get upset, and I'd be like, "Look, if you're not happy, like, you can leave." Like, I would say that in the beginning, like, honestly, if you're not happy, you can leave. And then he'd be like, "Why are you always trying to get me to leave so bad? Blah, blah, blah." Like, just, Here I am now showing screenshots of him getting mad at me for not leaving the house whenever he wanted me to. Feel free to pause and read. Just an insecure ass little nigga. But this is May, and we got together in January. And just look how my demeanor has changed. Dear diary, so right now He was mad at me over some stupid petty bullshit, like over me not texting him or something. And I'm just like, why? I don't do anything wrong. I'm kind of sad because I always act like if he ever does me dirty, I have no problem cutting him off. But the truth is, when he's mad at me, and especially when he's not talking to me, I realize how much I miss and need him. Miss and need? Oh, God, you weak. It's okay. If you cringe at your past self, it's progress. So that's how I know I'm ready to make this video, because I'm fucking over it. The second breakup. This was July 7th when I decided to break up with him. And this breakup was real official, okay? Because my family knew about it. This breakup stemmed from the dumbest argument I have probably ever had in the history of ever. And I have argued with a flat earther before. I had snuck out of my house the night before to hang out with him. And we chilled the whole night or whatever, and he dropped me off. And normally we like sleep OD or whatever because we're tired from hanging out all night. And let me just tell you what happened. That morning we promised to FaceTime the next day and make breakfast together. He wasn't answering or texting me, and it became like 1:50 in the afternoon and I was starving. So I texted him, baby, I'm sorry, but I have to eat. As soon as I did that, he went off on me. As you can see from this screenshot, I texted him to see if he was awake yet so we could eat breakfast. He texted me back letting me know he was awake. I texted him, but with no response. And you can see the times where I texted him at. And texted, you're fake, you can't keep a promise, those are just empty words. So me thinking this is the dumbest argument ever, I'm mad confused. Then during the argument, he screenshots an Insta pic calling me a thought. This in turn starts a bigger argument where I end up breaking up with him. I will show you the screenshots of this. I still have no idea why he thought this picture was considered thoughty, but as you can see, that's the one he screenshot and sent back to me. I wasn't able to get the full-blown argument because for some reason, anytime I tried to scroll back super far, at one point the text would just kind of like black out and like bounce me out of the texting app. Here's the thing, you guys might think I'm overreacting. I don't give a fuck. Niggas will think because they don't hit you that it's okay for them to do whatever the fuck else. My line of disrespect does not come at hitting. It comes at talking to me a type of way, because you're not gonna talk to me any type of way, especially if I'm not talking to you like that. I grew up where my dad, he's never called me no derogatory names, so what makes you think you, someone who isn't even my blood, is gonna call me a thought? Like, that's just not. And I'm your girlfriend, so why are you calling me that? It's not even a thought picture. It's me doing this, going got games. And he called me a thought, and he legitimately meant it because he sent it during our argument, so that made me break up with him. But of course, what do toxic niggas do when you try to leave? They try to reel you back in. So I thought this was cute at the time. It's not. I broke up with him, and not even 2 hours later when I told him I needed space, at least to think, because I wasn't even 100% sure if this was like a permanent breakup, but I did tell my mom about it. He messages my little brother on Xbox and says he's gonna come over to my house. And then he shows up to my house, like, so that we could talk in the yard. And by the end of our conversation, I'm still telling him we're broken up and stuff. And he goes back home and he's spamming my phone saying like, I know you once told me to give you a couple days, but I can't even give you a couple hours, baby. Like, I'm sorry, I need you, blah, blah, blah. I'll never talk to you like that again, la, 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 la. What do? I give him another chance, like the dumbass I am. Other red flags, I would stop telling my friends things. And when you don't tell your friends things, that's not good. When you're keeping shit from them, hiding shit, that's a bad sign. That's not how your nigga should be making you feel. I felt myself losing myself. I wasn't the strong, independent woman I knew. He wanted me to be completely reliant on him. He wanted to pay for everything for me. And that might sound cute, ladies, but like, nothing is truly free in this world. People will bring shit back up to hurt you later on, all right? Always have your own money, your own bag, your own shit, because then no one can take that from you. When we broke up, guess what he did? He brought all that shit up in these crazy ass voicemails he sent to my freaking house, which we will get into. Okay, my storage keeps running out, so we're gonna go over the final breakup as thoroughly but quickly as possible. October 28th, was when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, with Hendrix. I feel like I haven't called him that the entire video, but whatever. That day, everything started out okay, I guess. And then he decided to start with me. We were texting and we were DMing each other, just regular shit. I'll even show you the screenshot. And then he randomly sends me my own picture that I posted in August. He sent me this in October, so it was like 13 weeks ago. And he goes, do me a favor and get dude out of here, dude in the comments. And I go look in the comments to see who he's talking about. He's talking about one of my very good old friends from high school. Although he didn't go to my high school, he went to another school and he was in the grade below me. And he's a mutual friend of me and my best friend. So the context was that we're completely platonic. He's never seen me like that. We've never seen him like that. We friendship all around, 100%. And my friend had commented 3 fire emojis. 3 fire emojis was all it took for my ex to get fucking mad. And he commented those 3 fire emojis when I posted it in August. So that means my ex went back to the post, got himself mad by looking at that comment and decided to make it an issue. So he told me he wanted me to get him out of here. I guess tell him off or whatever. I was ignoring all of it. He's like, oh, you trying to ignore my messages and stuff? We'll see. I'm gonna put you all in a group chat. We'll see how cool you and dude really is. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. And then we're on FaceTime and we're screaming at each other. And it's early in the morning and I'm trying to get ready for work. He has the nerves to tell me to shut the fuck up. He says it really aggressively. He tells me to shut the fuck up. And I get pissed because I'm like, this is the last straw. Because 3 days before that, we just got over an argument where he said he wasn't gonna talk to me any type of way and be all that bullshit, right? He was all sorries and shit, doing all that. And then 3 days later telling me to shut the fuck up, talking to me crazy like that. So I get mad and I hang up on him and I go to work and I don't text him the entire day. And look at what I'm gonna show you. These are all the messages he sent me from when I went to work at 11:30 in the morning to when I left at, I don't really know, maybe 3 or something. But he didn't text me up until then. He texted me all the way until like 5, 6 p.m. to the point where, and it starts off with him getting mad. Him getting like, okay, baby, like, let's just make up. I'm sorry. I'll still take you out on that date. It's him getting mad that I'm not answering him. To him going ballistic, to him saying he's calling my sister, which he did. He called her saying like, we all need to talk and stuff like that. He then said he's showing up to my house. So it's complete disrespect of my boundary. Even though I hadn't messaged him the whole day, he was talking to his fucking self like a psychopath. He shows up to my house and I had to send him the final text message that I'm blocking him and I need him to not show up anymore because we're done. And he comes to my house, he sends me these crazy voice messages, which, listen, I don't know if he's ever gonna see this video. Hendrix, if you're watching this, or if one of your weird friends are watching this and they're gonna show you, I still have those voice messages, okay? And let me tell you all, they're not good. They're not a good look, all right? He looks really embarrassing. He's screaming and sounding crazy and saying all this gibberish and all that. It's not a good look. It's the type of thing that would probably be trending on like World Star or something like that. If you ever think you can talk shit about me, I know the truth and you know the truth. So don't do that, all right? Seriously, like, I'm not fucking around. Shows up to my house. I tell my dad about it. My dad has to go outside to the freaking driveway and tell him to leave. And he's like, please, like, can I talk to Madison or whatever? And he's like, she doesn't want to talk to you. He's like, well, can I talk to you? And he's like, no, we ain't got nothing to talk about. My dad thinks this shit's funny. He's like, it's funny to him until it becomes a problem. Because he's like, if you don't leave, we're going to have an issue. Because right now we don't got an issue. And so that was enough to freak him out. So he left. And I blocked him. And I've never unblocked him ever since. And that was how I got rid of him, because that man was crazy and immature. We just were not compatible. Like, I told him, I was like, if you date another sane girl after this, there's no way she's gonna be able to put up with this shit, because I couldn't even do it for a year. We didn't make a year. Like, ladies, just, if you're gonna take away anything from this video, follow your gut. notice the red flags, and don't lose yourself over no nigga, alright? Because they come and go. Also, ladies, don't date someone that's insecure. Like, the problem is niggas want a bad bitch, and then when they get one, they get nervous that all she's gonna do is cheat on them and stuff because they don't think they're good enough for her. And if he ever got to know me, he would have known I was crazy about it. I never cheated on him the entirety of a relationship, even though he kept accusing me of it, or thinking that I was doing it, or thinking I was entertaining niggas. I don't have a cheating bone in my body, okay? And I'm really happy now. I'm super happy now, actually. And that's not one of those fake happies. I'm in a new relationship. That's not, I mean, of course that is why, one of the reasons why I'm happy, but he's not my only source of happiness. This is also a reason why you can't just date one person forever. You need to see what's good and what's not good for you. So now I know the signs of a healthy nigga versus an unhealthy nigga. That's really all I got to say for now. I will insert the clips of evidence because I have a bunch. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Hope you guys took any lessons away from this. Sorry if it was kind of long, had a lot of stuff to throw in there, but important part is we're good, we made it through it, and I hope to see you guys next time. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment your feelings on it, share your toxic story maybe, share it with a friend, I don't know. But that's all I have for now, and until next time, I will see you. So peace for now.